Welcome to the Prescott Home Value Report through November 2023. Brought to you by the Prescott Pickle Lady, Diane Bro, Realtor. As you can probably tell, I am not the Pickle Lady. That's me in the bottom right-hand corner. My name is Randall, and I'm the Pickle Lady's digit head. So let's go through some slides for November. Starting as always with the median price per square foot in the city of Prescott. The blue line is last year, month by month. The red line is this year, so we're comparing this year to last year. And as you can see, since June, we have been neck and neck with the price per square foot last year. This month is no exception. That looks like it might be like 1%, but and my rounding area here or whatever, it's calling that even. So anyway, they are very close. So that's no change. We've been seeing that for 6 months now. What is different is the spectacular decrease in volume we saw in November. We saw a little bit of a drop in September, came bouncing back in October. And this year, the bottom kind of fell out. We're down almost 40%. I think it was 36%. Few things probably causing that. One is Thanksgiving was a bit early this year. So you're beginning with the holiday effect kind of early. So that was a big knock to volumes. Not a lot of showings during the Thanksgiving week. And also, too, there is rumor that interest rates might be going down next year. We might have some buyers pulling out a little early, waiting for that to happen. But at any rate, we had a very sharp decrease in transaction volume. By the way, that's the number of homes, number of transactions that closed in the month. So, not sure what's going on there. All right, this is our pending ratio. This is used to answer the question, well, is it a buyer's market? Is it a seller's market? To answer that question, we use what's called the pending ratio. And so our pending ratio, we had about 507 homes in inventory at the end of the month. Of those, 73 were already pending. Well, 73 is 14% of 507, so our pending ratio is 14%. If you look up 14% on our handy-dandy color chart here, you can see that that is considered a strong buyer's market. And it's been there for a while now. Pretty much a buyer's market overall in the city of Prescott. Our volume in inventory last month, I think, was 515, 517, something like that. So an incremental drop since last month. That's been going on for several months now. Inventories are just kind of easing down a little bit. Nothing dramatic, but the trend is definitely down. If you break this out by price point, you get something that looks like this. So at the bottom here, these blue bars, that is the number of homes that were sold, number of homes closing. That's broken out by price point. So you can see we really don't have a whole lot going on in the 100s and 200s, so you can kind of ignore these two bumps. The red dot, that is the pending ratio for homes in that price point. So you can see that pretty much across the board, it's either a strong buyer's market. That's true from the 300s into the 600s. Once you get to the 700s, it kind of bounces back and forth between a strong buyer's market and an extreme buyer's market. And we've been seeing that. Pretty much the negotiating power right now is in the hands of the buyers. How long does it take for a home to sell? 6.9 months. Now, again, this is overall for the city. That's jumping up from, I think it was like 4 last month or thereabouts. That had been kind of going down for a month. When the transaction volume goes way down and the inventory doesn't change very much, that's going to spike your how long does it sell? So that could be considered like a holiday effect. But that is a function of the transaction volume really kind of falling out this past month. Escrow has been running about a month, a little over a month, 1.2. Usually it's right around 1. So that is the situation in Prescott. Turning now to Prescott Valley, starting again with the sales price per square foot. We've been kind of close to last year out in PV, been kind of trailing a little bit. This is the first time in quite some time that this year actually exceeded last year. I think this is actually supposed to be a positive 3. I don't know how that happened. But that's about 3%. So about 3% appreciation from last year. Some kind of typo. I don't know how computers make typos, but there you go. It is 3%. Looking at the transaction volume, another drop. Now this one doesn't look as dramatic, but it's about 30%. It was closer to 40 in Prescott. So the same kind of thing going on. Again, that would indicate a systemic kind of thing, a holiday effect, interest rate effect, obviously affecting both markets. So we have a drop in November as well. So is it a buyer's market, seller's market? The pending ratio in PV is 20%. I think it was 20% last year. It's been pretty stable. 20% is right on the cusp between a buyer's market and a strong buyer's market, kind of right up in here. This is kind of a lot of rounding errors this month. This is showing a strong buyer's market, but it's like right on the cusp of these two. 273 homes in inventory. Last month it was, I think, 275 or something like that. A marginal decrease again. Both markets, the inventories have been kind of dropping just a little bit each month. Breaking all of this out by price point is what you get. Again, nothing in the 100s, very little in the 200s, so we're going to forget these two. A lot of bouncing around here. Once you get into the 900s, a million, these numbers get kind of small, so these two dots kind of bounce around more than the others. These tend to be a little more robust because, well, you're dealing with a bigger denominator. So strong buyer's market, extreme, kind of bouncing back and forth, but stories about the same, just a smaller market overall. Pretty much a buyer's market, maybe in some areas, strong or extreme buyer's market. Taking about 4.2 months to get to a contract in PV. That compares to just shy of 3. I think it was last month. Escrow's running right at a month. So again, the things softening a little bit for our sellers. So highlights. Prescott prices are down 3% this month. Year over year, we're at 0. Prescott Valley prices were steady this month. Year over year, we actually had 3% appreciation. Last year, prices were down. This year, they did not. Prescott volumes are down 36% from last year, and that's in Prescott. In PV, it's 32. The pending ratio in Prescott is 14%, which is a strong buyer's market. PV at 20, that's a buyer's market. And homes are going under contract in about 6.9 months in Prescott, 4.2 in PV. Look, if you like this kind of stuff, we got lots more for you in the Prescott Home Value Report. This is just a summary. We go into specific subdivisions and just a whole bunch of stuff. So lots of slicing and dicing. So I would encourage you to download that report and get it in full. We update this report every month, but it is not the only report we do. We also have what we call the Appraiser's Eye View, which is the last 6 months of the latest comps. And it's broken out by subdivision. In fact, Prescott Lakes, we break it out by neighborhood. So it's very, very detailed. This is an example of what you'll see in the chart. This would be a subdivision. It is sorted by price per square foot. the number of months that it took the home to sell, square footage, the year it was built, how many stories, how many acres, and whether the listing agent is reporting the home having a view or not. Using this, you can look at all the different comps that occurred. You can see the average down here. So using this, it's a really good tool to figure out what you should be paying for a home, or where you might want to price a home that you are selling. So a really cool tool. We even have a video which goes through how to use this information to come up with value estimates for homes. We do a whole lot of tools like this, all of them really very cool for both buyers and sellers. And one thing I should point out is you can't get these from any place else. These are exclusive. You can only get them from the Prescott Pickle Lady. And all of this is part of our page. We call it Prescott by the Numbers, or more commonly the Pickle page. So if you're on the Pickle page, you know the Pickle page. But if you're not the Pickle page, well, you should get to the Pickle page. And you do that by subscribing. We update it every month. If you subscribe, we will send you a monthly email update with the link, so you can go download all the reports that you want. Even if you're not all that interested in getting every single month, just having access to these tools will give you a real leg up when it comes to the real estate game. I hope you found this informative and maybe slightly entertaining, and we look forward to seeing you next month. Please take a moment to look below and find the button that'll take you to the Pickle page. We'll see you there.